While she was standing here to burn again through adversity, she got stuck here, understanding the basic process of how brain creates the command, signal travel to nerves, then muscles of particular body part contracts and activity happens. One may not imagine others lived already. Some are leaving this chronicle situation and being risible in every attempt in the mission of forcing a new path. The journey of back to square one without other hassle itself was going to be daunting. But here, over and above that, declining health of her is deviating the mind from the intended path. All these scenarios tried its best to weaken her willpower, as if the macrocosm has given the word to award her misfortune on its victory. She had heard there is a category of some people who thrives under pressure, although she never wanted to put in under that category. However, reality being disturbingly provocative that she must accept it and indulge on it. She had never thought that a simple plan to change the career path would turn into an odyssey, an arduous journey. Every time she strives to bring her dream project to life, she goes through another malady. At the outset, she suffered from an undiagnosed illness for months. With each passing day, the illness tightened its grip on her life. The most difficulty was to answer her kins when they asked for the reason of her prolonged sickness. She desperately longed to uncover the cause and find a cure of her suffering. The ill-fated girl wanted to discover the cause of her illness to the extent as if she could catch the fleeting shadow. She assiduously searching for the cause of her illness with the same primal urgency like a mother animal scouring the depths of a dense forest for her lost young. Days were passing. She reclaimed fragments of her former strength, though only partially. Life allowed one wound to heal only to leave another in its wake. Her soul adrift as her condition worsened. Her body began to drag itself like a wounded horse. Her strength drained from her body like water spilled upon the ground. Kindness has not entirely deserted her life, but it was often overshadowed by the impatience and frustration of those who could not comprehend her suffering. The amount of compassion she received was not enough to restore her spirit or breathe life back into her weary soul. Her tears flowed like a river merging with a vast sea, dissolving into its immensity until the river could no longer recognize itself. For a fleeting moment, she felt lost, stripped of the identity she had once clung to. While she became despondent about her health, she was shockingly taken aback with the names and vivid images of those people around the world who never gave up on their life despite their debility. Paul Alexander contracted poliomyelitis in 1952 at the age of 6. The disease paralyzed most of his body, leaving him unable to breathe on his own. He spent the vast majority of his life using an iron lung, a large metal chamber that helped him breathe by creating changes in air pressure. Despite this, he accomplished a law degree, became practicing lawyer, wrote a memoir, inspired millions with his determination and resilience. Although he learned a technique called frog breathing, which allowed him to spend short periods outside the machine, he depended on the iron lung for most of his life. Paul Alexander passed away in 2024 at the age of 78, and he was widely recognized as one of the last people in the world still relying on an iron lung. Another name, Jhamak Ghimire, is one of Nepal's most celebrated writers and poets. She is admired for overcoming profound physical challenges and becoming a leading literary voice. Born in 1980 in Dhankuta district, she was born with cerebral palsy, which severely affected her movement and speech. She is unable to use her hands. She learned to write with her left foot. Despite having little formal education, became a respected author through determination and self-learning. Her autography Jiban Kada Ki Phool, Is Life a Thorn or a Flower, is one of the most influential books in Nepali literature. It vividly describes her struggles, resilience, and journey toward becoming a writer. She received Nepal's prestigious annual literary award Madan Puraskar in 2011 for Jivan Kada Ki Phool, becoming one of the country's most recognized literary figures. Limitations of the body cannot imprison the freedom of the mind. As she discovered the stories of frail and forsaken individuals who had risen above their overwhelming adversity and earned world-renowned achievements, a wave of euphoria washed over her. The elasticity rekindled her hope and reminded her that even the most broken spirits could rise to extraordinary heights. Inspired by the stories, she found the spirit to rise again. She turned her gaze inward, where peace of mind, optimism, and strength lay hidden like precious gem, waiting to be discovered beneath the weight of her suffering. A hidden gem does not lose its radiance. It only waits for the light of inner vision to reveal its true brilliance. It became evident that the healing of a weakened body depends not only on medicine, but also on an untiring heart and an unwavering mind. When the spirit refuses to surrender, the body finds the strength to endure.